Hey guys, it's me, Delta1, here with Airsoft Talk, and this is one of the rarity videos that I normally don't post, but I thought it was overdue, and I felt like giving you a treat. Plus, Samantha felt like being on video today, so that must mean that she feels like she's in a good mood, or she's put together very well, if you catch my drift. I swear. She's like a woman, because it has its own personality, and if you're a technician, you'll understand where I'm coming from. If you're not, I can't really explain it, but guns have their own personality. So, let's start off with what it was stock. It was a Gen 2 SRC AK, and what's basically been replaced is the bolt, completely internally, the bucking, flash hider, and wiring harness, everything. Pretty much everything internally has been gotten rid of except for the barrel. So, she shoots like a champ right now. She's not running a MOSFET. I want a MOSFET in it right now, but I'm waiting on them to arrive, thanks to Disguised, who makes wonderful MOSFETs. You should totally buy all of them. They're all worth it. They're all the best. For what it is, it's great. So, flash hider is a... Don't know what it is. I got it from a friend. It's a SVD, and I've seen some pictures with Rpk 47s with SVD flash hiders. Personally think it looks kind of nice. Now, Samantha is my personal baby. This is my claim to fame, this gun's performance. I love this gun. I mean, this is, to me, this is where it's at. And I know my way inside and out. Here pretty soon I'm going to make a video disassembling a gun blindfolded, so I won't be able to see what I'm doing, because that's how well I know my AKs. Now, update wise, the gearbox is completely different. So I'm just going to fire it real quick with a 7.4 LiPo 20C 5000 milliamp. Then I'm going to do a 9.6 to compare so y'all can understand where it's at. People who don't LiPo stuff. I haven't chronoed it. I'll make a separate chrono video after this. So here's trigger response on a 7.4. Full auto. The motor height needs to be adjusted, is what it sounds like. 4,500 milliamp, or 4,200 milliamp 9.6. Don't know if it's going to be that big of a difference, to be honest. Flip it to semi. It's a 9.6. 3,000 mAh 20C. 11.1, and keep in mind I'm not going for high rate of fires. Let's go to semi-auto. Built like a champ. Now I need to decompress it with the 7.4 because decompressing with 11.1 doesn't work too well. There we go. So that just gives you an idea. Now internally, let me put this back together. I'm going to start from where it went internally and then where it evolved to. Again, Gen 2, which is a 6mm gearbox, got rid of that immediately, got the Gen 3 SRC. Unfortunately, it had a lot of picky issues with pistons and in gear sets, but I got it to work for a couple games like that, and then I finally was doing a complete overhaul. And unfortunately, it's kind of like a proprietary, it's not really proprietary, but it's so picky with gear sets because the sector gear rides a little higher than a normal D3, so it like forces the piston up to the top of the shell and causes a kind of like a hard drag, so the piston doesn't move freely. So I spent about, like, I think 40 hours trying to get the gearbox to work, and then I found that problem, and I was like, well, none of my pistons, out of all my pistons that I own, would work properly except for a polycarb, and I was like, forget that crap. Not using that. So then I went and grabbed the Echo 1. Yes, Echo 1. It's a CYMA gearbox with an Echo 1 stamp on it. I got that, put that in here, 7mm, polished it, SHS bushings, 18-1 SHS gear set, a Element max speed, not high speed, an Element max torque with an SHS pinion gear, because the Element ones are kind of meh, they break, and a SHS purple 15 steel teeth with 2 teeth shaved, or one, I want to say 13 teeth are on it, and I put a sorbethane buffer. It's got the SRC aluminum piston head with the double O-ring, which is fantastic. And then it's got the cylinder head that's aluminum, and we put in a Chinese brass full cylinder that's polished. I put in the, I want to say, I can't remember what tappet plate, but I think it's the SRC one, and then the SRC cylinder head, air nozzle, and I put in McMaster-Carr 16 gauge wiring, and then wired it to Dean's. So I have and I also put in a Vortex version 3 SHS spring guide and a Garter M120. So I'm happy with the results that I'm getting, but I mean, it's not meant for high speed, but it will keep someone's head down. So I'm happy about that. Now, range-wise, I get about 200 feet at the moment because I had to fiddle with the hop-up before the game, and I'm going to be installing some stuff like R-hop. If you don't know what that is, Google it. But yeah, I've got the ICS custom bolt. If I can get my thing off, where it comes all the way back. But right now I've got it set up to where it doesn't, because I'm probably going to have some MOSFETs that are going to be up in this top area because of conveniency, and it's just better to have it there. But I like the full-size bolt. My handguards are a little wobbly. Kind of disappointed in that, but I'm probably going to get the donkey dick front handguard. That's what Ruski calls them, for it, because I've always thought it'd be unique to have that, because a foregrip on an RPK is always nice to have. But currently all my drums broke, and I was going to build a belt-fed backpack-like mag, but there's no way I can get it to feed, unfortunately. But I'm still going to make my own box mags to just feed and not be crap. Unfortunately, there really isn't any good box mags on the market that feed worth a darn. Well, they do feed, they just break all the time. It's so irritating. You would think they'd be able to figure that out, but they didn't. But, you know, it'd be totally awesome if this could fold under and I could shoot Ciegas at people. It'd be cool. But plans for Samantha, I'm probably going to buy a Lonex 8mm gearbox, which is the cream of the crop as of this moment in terms of gearboxes. I've got 2 on the way. One's going in my buddy's gun, and one is going in a new gun that I'm building that I will have a video of shortly. Now, Samantha is my personal child. This is my child, basically. You may think it's over the top that I named my gun. I disagree, because this is my pride and joy, and I've overpaid for her. I've put really nice parts into her, and she gives you feedback she doesn't break. So I like my gun. I love it to death. And I will always use this gun, but I'm going to try and figure out how I can get a heavy barrel so it doesn't snap. Not really snap, but you get the point. So this has been a little update video on my personal child, Samantha, basically. Very lightweight. That's why I like the SRC RPKs, because it's not as heavy as some of the LCT copies or whatever freaking CYMA clone there's off of it. More of a hybrid than anything, but, you know, what are you going to do? But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll probably do a chrono video just to see what it's shooting at. But other than that, guys, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos.